what? Drink fucking beer.
On that
Smoke fucking gear. Right? Right? That's how you guys do it, right?
Of course, man.
Instead of being said, dude, I drink beer and I smoke weed. See, that's the translation.
Of course. So you guys are playing the Dogtooth stage?
Yeah. Well, I grew up knowing that this festival was called Donington when I was a kid. We're a bit older, so this was called Monsters of Rock, Castle Donington, when I was a kid in the early 80s. So to get to come to this site where it's, you know, this is a famous site. It's been going on for 30-something years, over than that, if you were to count Download and Donington together. So for us, it's great.
It's hallowed ground.
Hallowed ground, yes. And we've played every other major festival in Europe, year in and year out, all of them. And this is the only one, this is the first time we've ever done.
This is your first performance in Download?
Yes, ever, yeah. I don't know how we've been passed over all these years. Come on, Download guys. We're Exodus, we've been around forever.
We gotta have a word. What have you guys been up to up until now then, this year?
This year, writing a new album.
Ah, cool.
We haven't done much. We were in Mexico with King Diamond about a month ago. Gary's been home from Slayer duties, so he's been writing a lot of what we're going to start recording at the end of the year. Yeah, so we've been busy.
So you've been, have you kind of like, are you quite far along? Or
yeah, we'll be ready by November. We'll be ready by November, yeah.
And just enter the studio? And
into the studio.
Perfect. Yeah. So what's it like, you know, obviously writing with Gary? Do you have sort of...
Well, Gary and Tom get together and then they get into a room and they basically put a structure of a song together.
Okay.
When it's ready for lyrics, Gary will say, okay, you know, I'm going to write this one lyrically, or I want you to do this one. This is where the verse goes, this is where the chorus goes, put this in like this, call it like this, or do you have an idea for this, or something like that. Kind of like Legos, you know, you put them together and you build them all together, and after you get to the top, you got yourself a Lego pyramid. That's kind of how we do it.
No way. Is that the new title of the album?
I don't know. No, I doubt it's going to be called the Lego pyramid. It'll be something more brutal than that.
Yeah, Lego in, Lego out.
We like blood in our titles for some reason, so...
What's the plan for sort of like between now and the studio?
We actually are playing in Los Angeles with Iron Maiden. We're doing a one-off show with Maiden. Played with them on the festivals before, those great guys. And this is kind of it's us and Ghost and Maiden. In the States with Obituary. September, October, and then October, November we're in the studio recording the new Exodus. So we're kind of lined up till then.
Yeah. Blocked out, definitely.
Well, get busy, keeping ourselves busy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how come it's taking you guys so long to get started?
The last interviewer said the same thing. I guess that'll be the question. But we'll kick their ass tonight, so they'll have to have us back.
I've seen a couple of times that you've sort of taken up a little residency at the Underworld.
We love that place.
I was going to say, what is it about it that you do?
Have you ever seen us there?
Of course.
Then what happened that night? That's all I can say.
Yeah, do you kind of prefer playing in the smaller clubs where it's more intimate?
I like them both for what they both offer. You know, it's fun to come here because we get to see all our friends, you know. The guys in Suicidal, the guys in Mastodon, you know, all the other bands that we're friends with that are playing. So it's always kind of fun, guys in Lost Society. Just bands we run across over the years. And there's maybe people that may not know who Exodus is right now, you know what I mean? And maybe going, wait a minute, I'm a 21-year-old guy who loves metal, and who are these guys? Never heard this before. This is great, so you never know. So.
You could also have the oldies.
Well, there's always the oldies. There's always the oldies. They're always there. You can see them, the old school. That's what's good about heavy metal is the old school crowd never goes away. I mean, our crowd, they love metal. They love metal because they love it, not because anybody says, hey, this is cool. This is a type of music that's like alcohol. You either love it or you don't, you know. It's an acquired taste, and once you taste it, and you love it, you'll love it forever. You've never heard anybody said, oh yeah, Slayer, I listened to those guys like 2 summers ago. You know, you never hear that, you know what I mean?
Do you think that's more kind of to thrash specifically?
I don't know if it's thrash. I think it's metal in general, because how can bands like Saxon still keep going on? You know what I mean? And they're even older school than we are, you know. And Priest and Maiden, they're still drawing huge crowds. So I think you have to give the heavy metal fans the nod on that one for sure.
I'm quite in touch with the kind of the new modern scene?
Before I rejoined Exodus in 2014, I had my own thrash band with my sons called Hadrian. And since then, my oldest, who was just the bass player at that time, is now the bass player singer at that time. So there's bands like them and Havoc and Super Waste and Reagan and Toxic Holocaust, good new thrash bands that are out there. Lost Society.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, I think the genre is definitely living up to it for sure.
Do you think there's kind of like evolving?
I don't know if it's evolving. It's always fresh. If you're good, you're fresh, and I think that speaks volumes for those of the original bands. I mean, Anthrax put out a great record. For All Keys is just awesome.
Yeah.
Dystopia from Megadeth was really, really good too. And Testament album. I wrote 5 songs on the New Testament. Actually, I write on every record. Actually,
Really?
More Than Meets the Eye and Dangers of the Faithless on that one. Dark Roots of Earth was True American Hate.
That's
A Day in the Death and Throne of Thorns. And on the new one,
Seven Seals?
yeah, there's like 5 of them. Because every time we wrote them, they were titled something else, and then I saw the record and I'm like, I call him up and say, Chuck, when she goes, oh, I changed the name of them. I didn't change the lyrics though, Zed, I just changed the name. So I'm not quite sure, there's like 5 of them on there.
So how did that sort of come about?
Chuck and I did Double Death Patrol a couple of years ago. We've always stayed in touch, you know what I mean? I've always wrote the lyrics when I was in Legacy, which was Testament before Legacy, before Testament. So I think that they appreciate my lyrical contribution. And I do it for a challenge. It's fun. That's why I play this music.
It's an acquired taste, but
Exactly.
once you get a taste for it, that's it.
It tastes good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.